Heroes rise, heroes fall. I see 'em on the front line, standing tall. They're risking life and limb to answer the call. But what they fighting for? Don't know, don't care. Just along for the ride, but everyone must end. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna win inside.
All right, welcome to the podcast, everybody. This is Tom Blaylock. You're listening to Every War Must End, the first campaign of the Dungeon Dads podcast. I'm your DM, Tom Blaylock, and I'm joined, as always, by John Watson.
Hello, hello.
All right, he's Ionis Silverwind. He's a wizard of the group. Tim Carr.
Hello.
That's he plays Filnyr, a sort of a mysterious fellow who makes cream puffs, and Sam Frank.
Hello.
Yeah, and he's the old man in the group, the old curmudgeonly old man. So welcome back, everybody. I'm going to do a quick recap for you. Last week, our 3 new recruits to Harkness Army had their first field work around Fort Apos, tracking down deserters, and much to Despo Goodshower's pleasure, Despo is their staff sergeant, there was some fighting and some killing. It was started off by the super creepy Willem Searchlight, who knifed his old friend Steven to start off a pretty serious melee on the top of Red Cloud Mountain. And from a prisoner, after the melee, they learned quite a bit about what's been going on in the Breen. They found out that there's a gnome warrior that's fighting for the other side, for the Adarans, who rides a panther and is able to whip up the Adaran army into a frenzy. They learned about the missing cavalry from Fort Apos. They were supposed to meet up with them, but they never saw them. And they found out that a man named Hank possibly is sowing seeds of discord and discontent and possibly treason back at Fort Apos. We ended the episode with Jonas Silverwind finding out that his mother's lover and the new governor of Monterre, where he's from, has recalled him back to the mother city.
Bastard.
So fellas, here we are. And we all leveled up, right? So
yeah,
there's a lot of new toys.
Well, a lot is a relatively large exaggeration.
Well, there's enough new toys to deal with what's coming this week. So when we left off, you guys had walked into the town, into Fort Apos, and things were not going so great there. Even more people are missing, and you turn your prisoner over to Waverly Cloudsack, who is the governor and the commander of the fort, and you got some much needed sleep. When you wake up the next morning, Despo Goodshower's sort of number 2, Willem Searchlight, shakes you and brings you a nice hot cup of tea in the morning, and tells you that Waverly has been interrogating the prisoner all night, and he is set to be executed this morning. So guys, I guess we should have finished him off. I doubt old Cloudsack has gotten anything out of him that you master interrogators didn't get out of him already. Poor old fella.
Waverly's got bigger balls than I thought.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's no stranger to the more difficult types of conversations that one might have to have with a prisoner. That's for sure. He's a master.
And when did you say that he's going to be executed?
Oh, just you should get your clothes on. He's going to come out here in the right now and try to scare off some of the people who might be thinking about deserting along with him. is looking for that Hank fella.
All right. Well, I guess we better get dressed then.
Yeah, man. So Silverwind, huh? It sounds like you're some special fancy pants dude. I didn't really believe it till I heard Cloudsack talking about you getting recalled. Nobody gets recalled who's not a top-notch fancy.
Well, it's Sil Havind. I would appreciate if you would remember that. And I'm really quite confused as to everything that's going on anyway. But if my status is allowing me to get out of this hole, then yes, I'm glad for it.
Wait, you mean you want to go back to Montana? I thought you said the governor up there was not too nice with you right now.
Well, I'm about to be not too nice with him. I have a few choice words for that one. Mark me.
Interesting. All right. Well, so let's go on out there, fellas. Let's watch this beheading. What do you think?
Sounds
have a choice?
wonderful. Love to start my morning with tea and a good beheading.
Oh, all right. Me too. My kind of man.
I'll just say, sometimes people have trouble reading sarcasm on me. That was sarcasm. I don't really care for beheadings. I gotta say that.
Oh, Abel, that's interesting. What's your favorite kind of execution?
Willem, you are a dirty dog. And I'll tell you, when we walk down to the execution, you better walk on the other side.
All right, fellas. All right. So Willem leaves.
That boy gives me the heebie-jeebies. Still does.
Yes, what is wrong with him? He seems so interested in these beheadings. I'm not sure if I would like this at all.
It all seems rather barbaric. Are you sure we can't just stay here and let them tell us that it's over?
Well, we brought him in. We probably should see him out.
That's true. I suppose it would win favor with the Despo Goodshower.
I guess I do need a little bit of favor with that one. All right.
Most armies do attract guys like this who, just any excuse to kill somebody, but gets going on. They get not too particular. So I just rather keep him. Willem, you walk in front. Why don't you walk in front?
All right, guys, come on. I'm gonna show you to your very special places. You're gonna get to stand right up front because you brought the boy in.
You are so creepy.
All right, so when you guys make your way out,
why do you always look wet?
I stay clean. I stay clean,
wipe your
man.
face, man.
I stay very, very clean. Unlike these, as Jonas says, unlike these other barbarians, I like to stay real clean.
You always got kind of a sheen to you. It's off-putting.
Yeah, I go down to the river, Yeah.
I find nothing wrong with it. Cleanliness is next to the gods, is what I hear, or something of that nature.
So Willem leads you out, and you see that like the like all the men who are sort of left in the fort are crowded around the central square, and it's where Waverly Cloudsack's quarters are, and they just have a rock set up, and the passageways, the wooden walkways, have all been sort of swept clean, but the men are still having to stand around in the mud around there, and it looks like about 250 men are crowded in here, more than you saw when you all sort of signed up, but you get the sense that maybe the various scouts and rangers and sort of people who have been like sort of outside the fort have been recalled in, and Waverly Cloudsack comes out with a very beaten and bloodied Stephen. He takes his place, puts Stephen's face down on the stone, and pulls from his own sheath a short sword about 2.5, 3 feet long, so a little more than a dagger, and he looks around and nods to the three of you and says, "Gentlemen of Hark, what we have here is a deserter. Not all the deserters. Most of them are gone, obviously, but I want you to see the face of a coward." And some of the men sort of look around and they see that Stephen is like already gone, right? He doesn't have any fight left in him. He doesn't have any life in him that you can sort of tell. And can I get a religion check from you guys? The DC is 15.
Oh,
So yeah, so Filnyr, you recognize that his
That was
eyes.
a natural 20 for the podcast.
That's right. It's like yeah, you could see, you can tell that this guy has he is already dead, and the eyes are one of a raised dead being, like a zombie, and there's absolutely nothing left of life in him, and he sort of dutifully puts his head down on the stone, and Waverly Cloudsack lifts the sword up and then sort of stops and asks him, "Would you like to make one last attempt at courage, young Stephen?" And Stephen doesn't answer, and Cloudsack hands him his short sword, and you see that Stephen holds the sword in his hand and puts it on the stone and puts his neck right on top of the sword, and without being pushed, without anything else, he just sort of slips down onto the sword and pushes the sword up through his throat and out the back, and you can hear the sort of tendons and the sort of soft parts cutting and slicing.
I don't think I'd like this. Oh, this is...
Dear God.
I gotta say, even for an execution, this is pretty dark, man.
Yeah,
But
and
I don't know if you noticed.
This is some
but
pretty dark business.
He's already dead.
What?
He does not.
I didn't think it
He
could
does
get
not look
worse.
right. Can you not see it in his eyes? He does not look like a man alive as shape. He looks like a corpse that's had something bring him back to life just for this strange show.
Good God, man, are you saying it's a zombie? What?
It seems that he's under some sort of spell. I don't know, but it just, look at his eyes. Well, I guess it's too late, but they were not right.
Fellas, I think there's a very important lesson for all of us to take from this. We do not want to be interrogated by Waverly Cloudsack.
And Waverly walks over and takes the short sword in his left hand, and he uses his knee to push on the head of Stephen, and it just pops right off while he's holding the sword. And it's truly one of the most gruesome things any of you have ever seen. And the way you're feeling about it, sort of, you can see that it's spreading throughout the entire army. And Waverly Cloudsack holds the sword up and wipes it off on a ceremonial rag that he sort of usually uses as a belt, and resheathes the sword. And he says, "This man has reclaimed courage. I hope that we all can do the same. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that a new troop, a new platoon has come in to Breentown, and they think they're going to take Fort Apos. They've already taken the tower from us last year, and now they think they're going to kick us out of the Breen entirely. I'm here to tell you that this will not happen. You are not men of Hark City. You are men of the Breen, and you know that if we allow these animals from the other side of the river to kick us out, then this whole country is going to be run by the elves and the gnomes and the dwarves, and that this will be no place for men. We are fighting for men. We are fighting for people to stay in the Breen Valley. So today, I want you to go back to your stations. I want you to think on what you saw today, and I want you to be as brave and courageous as young Stephen was here. That is all. And some of the troops sort of stay around, look, and it's clear that they have been sort of very affected by this, and they're depressed, and they're afraid, and the ones that need to go back to their towers, the ones that need to go back to the gate, they sort of head off. And Willem Searchlight comes up to you and says, "Wow, right, guys, masterpiece is all I have to say. I don't know if you've ever seen anything quite like that, but it's times like this you just have to be thankful that you are serving under a true artist."
I turn to Jonas and go, "Are we the baddies?"
beginning to wonder, or I guess I'm not questioning Montaire's decision to join the other side.
Yeah, it's I mean, listen, war's not great on either side, I gotta tell you. I've never been part of what anyone would call a righteous army, but this is some dark stuff.
And to call him an artist, what in the hell is wrong with... Ugh.
Well, with old Willem there, I've been subscribing to sort of that one bad apple theory, but might be that's not the case.
It's far beyond bad, rotten. I don't know. This whole thing has just been gruesome. I don't understand why any of this was necessary.
Well, yeah, I suppose that's war, isn't it? Very little of it's necessary.
I suppose you're right, Abel. You're a wise man.
I just thought I was gonna sign up and not have to do anything, and this is a whole lot of incident. There's just an awful lot happening, and a lot of blood being spilt, and it's I don't exactly want to say it's not what I signed up for, but certainly not my expectation.
At least they told you that you were signing up for war. I thought I was going to run drills and teach people how to use swords. I don't know. I wasn't expecting any of this.
So Waverly...
So Tom, as the soldiers are going back in, did I notice anybody that looked like a paladin?
No, you didn't see anyone that looked like a paladin. But you did notice several people who were wearing their armor in a very professional way. So there are about 15 to 20 guys here who do not look like the normal Hark conscripts that you sort of have seen in your 3-4 days at in the fort. Absolute strangers to you. So one of them could possibly be, and
they were dressed in the normal, like, were they dressed in the colors, or were there any distinguishing features?
They were all dressed in the Hark colors, but they were not wearing chainmail. So there's a whole group of men who are wearing either plate, half plate. One guy was wearing full plate, and then several were wearing sort of loose fitting chain shirts that are fairly common among archers.
Okay.
And so as these men are dispersing, Waverly Cloudsack comes over to you, and he specifically walks up to you, Abel, and he says, I'm very sorry you had to see that. I'm at my wit's end, to be honest with you. My men are leaving, and the threat from Breen is very, very real. And I've called in the four corners of the kingdom to send us replacement cavalry at the very least. And the only one who's answered is Monterre, and they're sending over what sounds to me like a very, very small group of men. But it'll be what we can do. I'm very happy that you all found Stephen, and you should know that his death was actually quite pleasant and simple and easy, and this was a show for the men.
So let me ask this: didn't we find out that that the deserters were heading to Monterre and had reason to believe they'd have sanctuary there?
That's what Stephen told you. Yeah, okay. Stephen told you that they were that Monterre was offering sanctuary to men who left Hark.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be expecting those cavalry anytime soon. I don't know what you heard from old Stephen, but it sounds like Monterre's in the business of accepting our deserters.
That would be true. If it were true, some of the men who came back from their sortie that left when you left, they found 18 of our 30 of our cavalry in a ditch, all slaughtered, without their horses. It is my belief that we have a spy in our midst who is scaring the men out and trying to sow some kind of discord between us and between our allies.
Yeah, that seems like problem number one.
Yes.
I think his name is Hank.
That's what Stephen said also. It was interesting because he told me...
I still can't believe it.
Well, Stephen gave me a description of the man, and he said he had a large, bushy beard, curly black hair, and that he was pale as snow, and that his speech was that of the Breen speech. So I've asked Despo Goodshower, and she has ridden out to the tower to parley with our enemies to find out what she can find out. But in the meantime, I think you ought to look around. Your new recruits. This person is apparently a new recruit. I did not see anyone who matched that description at the execution. I'm ever vigilant, but I think this is the number one priority, and I would very much appreciate it if you would help me figure out.
Well, and if you're going to disguise yourself, what's easier than a big bushy beard and a big mop of curly hair? I mean, come on.
I guess that's true.
So what you're saying is we have no idea what this fellow looks like.
Except that it's definitely it's a pale-skinned man, probably from the Breen.
Or a spy who's really, really good, in which case we probably won't catch him anyway.
That might well be true.
Yep. Okay. Well, I think they got a term for this. A honey trap, honey pot. What do they call that? When you're trying to... What we got to do is we got to go where the new recruits hang out, make ourselves look real good, by which I mean nervous and maybe ready to not fight anymore, and then see if anybody comes up to us.
Shouldn't be a problem, Abel. Shouldn't be a problem.
All right then. I don't suppose nobody's seen this guy around. I take it you already asked that.
Yes, I believe the only person that we have who is good at this sort of thing is Willem. But the problem is I want the man alive. And Willem has a way of ending problems.
Hey, when you've made your sale, stop selling. Willem is a hard no.
So it is. I agree with you, Abel. I intend to send Willem to the tower to see if he can collect information that perhaps Despo cannot collect. So I am sending him to ride out with her, and hopefully that would give you three the time you need to figure out who this person is.
All right. Well,
and preferably before the Monteran consul arrives tonight.
Unless you boys have a better idea, I say we go have a drink.
Sounds great to me.
Okay.
Where's the cheapest place for new recruits to get drunk?
There's only one place in the entire fort for the recruits to get drunk, and it is a bar that is just a tent with a series of stools set up underneath the tent, an open air tent, and it is, lucky for you, it is exactly next door to Schnobik's Chagrin, the all-purpose merchandise shop, which is one of the reasons why Schnobik's Chagrin smells so nasty at all times, because of the people pissing on the wall and throwing up outside of it. So that's the place where you
Awesome.
you can get a drink.
Awesome.
Before we go, is Waverly going with us, or does he kind of turn around and leave?
He's going back to his tent. Yeah.
Okay, so we say we're going to get a drink, and then he turns and leaves, and I minor illusion a loud fart coming from him.
He kind of looks around and just keeps walking. He is unfazed by it. It looks as though he thinks maybe he did fart, but he's not quite sure.
A minor illusion of smell. Right in his nose. Wait
a second. Can minor illusion do smells? We need a ruling.
I believe it can. Read me the minor illusion.
I don't know.
Description.
I don't know that it can do tactile sensation, but that's a whole other thing.
I'm pretty sure it does. I'm pretty sure it does sight, sound, and smell, olfactory.
Sound or image. I don't see anything about the smell.
Well, I can think of nothing more important to the plot of this story than getting to the bottom.
It says the image can't create light, smell, or any sensory effect. Oh well.
There are later spells that will.
Yeah. You'll need to research, John, a little bit and find the right spell that will make you be able to do a combo. Yeah. The old farter,
at least I got the
in
sound
chief.
out there. Yeah. So we're going to the Chagrin.
We're going to the bar next to the Chagrin.
What's the name of the bar? Did we hear?
There is no name of the bar. It's the only. It's the bar
just
tent.
the bar.
It's the ale tent. Ale tent.
I guess when you're the only one, you don't really need a name.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Hey, guys! Look at that! It's right beside my store. This is my store right here. This was Schnobik's. But I was thinking of different names. It used to be called Zen bars, but I thought about doing something original, something more me. Maybe a little classier, like Zay bars. What do you say? It's something from me, something original. Something from me.
Can you get your hot pots there?
Get whatever you want there. At this point, I'm starting from zero.
Well, no.
Can I get a chocolate babka?
We might have to ask our friend Filnyr about that. Filnyr, you seem very, very good at making pastries, and I'm hoping that you would be interested in making some that I can sell in my store.
Oh, well, if we have
time for that, I'd be happy to do it, provided we can find the ingredients. But some of them are not very easy to find. And I don't know very many recipes. I was skilled in a very particular type of pastry.
I don't think the people around here are going to complain much about what you produce, as long as we produce something that is good.
All right. Well, if you can get us
To the ale tent.
the proper butter and flour and eggs and sugar, I think I can whip something up. But let's go to the bar first.
I will talk to my man, Mr. Percy, and I will buy you the first round.
Are you guys going to the ale tent too? This is a very tall man, wearing light armor, and he has a bow slung over his shoulder. This is the way to the ale tent, right? This is the ale tent. They keep telling me the ale's great at the ale tent.
Well, you tell us, Beanpole.
Well, now, careful there. I don't know. I don't have a good nickname for you, old man.
His name is McFarlane. Fainty McFarlane.
Oh, okay. Well, McFarlane.
I'm old as shit. You couldn't come up with any kind of nickname.
Old
Come on,
Leatherface. Old Leatherface.
All right, I'll take it.
Oh yeah. So he heads in there with you, and you see that there's about 30 men, and they are all just walking straight up to the kegs and pouring their own drinks. There doesn't seem to be a bartender here. There is a bucket that is where people are dropping a silver coin every time they get a beer, and they are being very studious about doing this. You don't see a single person dropping that's not dropping a silver in as they get their ale. There's a group of about 6 or 7 men who probably fit the bill as new recruits, who are clearly shaken, massively shaken by what they've just seen in the square. And then there are several of these veterans who are all sort of sitting together and seem to be having a sort of jovial time of it.
Are any of these guys wearing the plate that we talked about earlier?
Yes, the veterans who are there are clean shaven. They're wearing the plate. The beanpole guy who just talked to you is one. It goes up and sits down with them. He looks like he's clearly an archer. He's clearly someone who's quite good with his bow.
Okay. And a tall drink of water. I'm going to do a perception check and just see if I see anybody who sort of looks out of place, looks like they're, not reacting. If that's a 15.
Yeah. So you see in the group of the veterans, there is there's a man who is sizing you up.
How pale is he?
He's white. He's white. I'm not going to say he's pale as snow, but he's light skinned, and he's got no beard, and he actually is bald. And he has it's probably the largest two-handed battle sword you've ever seen, and it's stuck in the mud, and he is sort of leaning on it like a counter as he drinks his beer, and he's just looking straight at the three of you. And then everyone else looks like they're in it to get some drinks, and they're enjoying themselves, or they're terrified, depending on if they're with the veterans or if they're with the new recruits.
Paint a picture, it'll last longer.
I guess we should go up and get some beers and pay our silvers.
I go up and I pour 3 beers and I put 3 silvers in the bucket. And
Abel, I've got it.
I quickly drink all 3 beers. You got what?
Never mind. Filnyr, would you like one?
That would be wonderful.
All right. And I drop 2 in and get one for me and one for Filnyr.
You didn't get one for me?
Do you want another? You seem to be full.
Yeah, my constitution ain't what it used to be.
You know what? We've experienced some crazy things. One more for my friend. I drop another one and I give one to Abel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some heinous shit.
And as you do that, you see from Schnobik's chagrin, or from Zabar's, you see Mr. Percy runs out.
It's got a real exotic sound.
Zabar's next to the bar. Okay.
Yeah.
I can,
Perfect. It's
I
a
can
perfect
see the
name.
inspiration now.
Yes, exactly.
Mr. Percy runs out and brings a velvet chair, and puts it in the mud for you to sit in.
Yes. Thank you,
Ionis.
Mr. Percy. Thank you.
And he checks the keg, and he sees that it's about empty, and he throws it over his shoulder, and he walks it back into Zabar's, and he comes back out with another keg. He promptly taps it and picks up the bucket of silver, takes it into the store, and leaves another bucket on the ground.
Jonas, are you sure you need baked goods? It seems like you've got quite a good operation going on here, thanks to... Who was that, sir? That man?
Apparently, I had... that was my man, Mr. Reginald Percy. I had no idea we were even doing... Mr. Percy! Mr. Percy!
Yes.
Are we...
My lord?
It's very good to see you, sir. Are we supplying the ale for this bar?
Yes, we... The commander of the place here, he said they were having a difficult time making their stocks. So, I did send a letter through the chest, sir.
Yes,
my
yes,
lord.
understood.
I sent a letter through the chest, my lord, and we are being supplied with premium Monterran ale, and there's actually a letter from Schnobik in the store for you. So
Jonas, can I get my 3 silvers back then?
Absolutely not. You put those in. Those are mine now. Thank you.
I'm just saying, this first round seems a lot less generous now.
Did I? Is that what I said? Did I say first round? That was a while ago. I've forgotten by now. I've already had a beer. My memory gets. I don't know. Is there a? You said there's a letter from Schnobik?
yes, sir. It's on the counter in the store.
Okay. By the way, Mr. Percy, these are my 2 newest companions. This is Filnyr Amajar, and this is Abel Rock Brother.
Oh, my lord.
Just Abel, please. I'm Rock Brother. That's not a name I take to.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry.
My lord,
Yes,
Abel.
Mr. Percy.
Oh, that's nothing, sir. Should I fetch some chairs for your 2 lordly friends?
Yes, please.
Okay, sir. I'll be right back. And he sort of stumbles off and brings you guys 2 velveteen chairs as well.
I sit in my chair and I look over at the guy with the big battle sword and I sort of waggle my eyebrows at him like, eh? How you like me now?
Are you talking to me?
Are we gonna have a gruff off? God damn it!
I think we might have to have a gruff off.
Listen, you might be crusty, but I'm grizzled.
Listen, you just look real familiar to me. Did you
You got a lot of friends that are old as shit.
you by any chance fighting the in the Silverstein Wars? About 16 years ago, 16, 17 years ago.
Nah, couldn't have been me. Sorry.
All right. Well, you just look real familiar. My name's Vinny. What's your name?
Wait, say that again?
Vinny.
Wait, that didn't sound like the first time you said it.
I said Vinny. My name is Vinny. My friends call me Vinny.
Okay, Vinny.
Yeah, it means wine man.
What are you drinking, Vinny? I'm Abel.
Ale. Nice to meet you, Abel. So, you guys are the ones who brought that traitor in, huh?
Yeah, boy, that fella found a sorry end, if I say so myself.
No, you're not wrong about that. I'll tell you that much. But let me ask you a question. What'd you think was going to happen bringing him back in here? I don't like that style one bit. I kill a man if I know he's going to meet an end like that. Why'd you bring him back?
Well, I mean, who thinks that a man's gonna chop his own dang head off? That's not exactly an outcome that could have been foreseen.
With all due respect, sir,
You ask him a few questions.
we have no rank here, aside from, well, the general is not really a general. But I do mean we were outranked, and it was our command, so we followed the command.
You're with
I am Filnyr. I'm
that-
sorry, I did not introduce myself.
nice to meet you, I guess. You're with Good Shower, aren't you?
And she was our commander at the time,
That's
yes.
right.
Yeah. I knew him 30, 40 months ago, as he was the very best soldier here at Hark, and I just don't know what even happened. I've been gone ever since the Battle of the Bands. Come back here. He looks like that. This whole damn place is going to shit, if you ask me.
Are you saying Despo's a man?
I wouldn't dare to guess what's inside the human heart. But I'll tell you. He looks real different than he used to.
Well, wine man, you turned out to be a bit of a philosopher.
Yeah. You don't do the war like I do for all these years and, not learn a thing or two.
Might I ask, this fort is running on hard times, especially with soldiers. Where did you go after the Battle of the Bands?
Oh, we had to go up north on the real front, but word is old Felipe Madamba has come down here.
Dikembe Mutombo?
No, Felipe Madamba. He is the nastiest gnome. he is the nastiest gnome you've ever seen. I watched him lead a whole pack of Black Panthers as they tore down. It must have been 100 men in a line charge 6 months ago. He calls in the winds. You see rays of sunlight shooting down from the sky, killing off men who fail to save. It's real bad. It's real bad. He has a lot of these sucker saver suck abilities here. He's real scary, old Felipe. And we heard he came down this way.
Yeah, we heard something similar. Heard he's been spotted around town. Seems like a real tough time to be part of the Hark army, but seems like tough times are pretty common around here.
Yeah, well, I just if we can kill off Felipe, the whole front crumbles, and we'll take the whole damn thing. I bet.
Are there any thoughts on where this Felipe is now? Is he on the way here
Well, I mean,
to this fort?
Our intel is that he's over in Breentown. I've never been there before, but I heard it's not far. 16, 17 mile away. Any of you been to Breentown?
No, not really.
No, and that Felipe, man, he sounds like a boy. I'd really have to have a little more courage, a few more levels of courage before I really felt like I could take on a character like that.
Well, yeah, don't you worry about that. We're Hark's Rangers, and we're gonna head over the border here soon, and we're gonna find him and cut him down. I've been waiting years for this opportunity. The problem is he usually attacks and then just disappears and doesn't show up for 6-7 months at a time.
Those goddamn gnomes are so tiny.
He's small. He is small and dangerous.
It sounds like he knows a bit
and
of
they're gone.
It sounds like he knows a bit of the. He has some arcane knowledge. Do you know if this gnome is a wizard or a cleric?
Well, if I had to put my money on it, I'd say he's probably one of those tree huggers. The ones who commune with nature, etc.
You mean a druid?
Well, I'm not sure those things exist, but
I've never been one to look down on a man for hugging a tree. You stay out in the woods long enough, it might get a little lonely.
Sure.
I'm just saying, might.
So you as you guys are having this conversation,
John didn't say anything. He's just making a really great face.
Jonas is trying to figure out what to say. Learning a little bit more than I want about you, Abel.
I'm not saying anything about myself. I'm just saying I can see as how a fella might be tempted to hug a tree.
Sure, just sounds like it's coming from experience there, my friend.
So as you guys are talking to this,
a tree can be good looking.
I think this is a good place to quiet your mouth, Abel. It may serve you well. Why don't you go get another drink?
We are derailing the conversation here.
You see that at the table with the new recruits, you see that one of the men has just fallen off of his bench, and he sort of flops down in the mud, and he starts to shake. He's shaking, and his two buddies are trying to wake him up, and they're hitting him, and they're doing all they can. They say, "Is there a healer? Is there a healer here?"
All right. Yeah, well, yeah. I'm going to run over there. Anybody know who made this ale? Because I sure don't.
It's Monterran. It's fine.
I'm going to do a medicine check on
Medicine check, yeah.
It's a 10.
Yeah, you see that he's got bubbles are coming out of his mouth. You're not sure what that exactly means. That doesn't look good, though.
Well, let's see. Could be poison. Has he done this before?
No. I mean, I just met the man. He's he signed up 2 days ago, and then we saw that awful display of whatever that was, and we're all thinking we should go back to Breentown, and I don't know. Like, Hark seemed like a better idea at the time, but it's not seeming so good now. And they're slapping his face.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with the man falling down and foaming at the mouth? Does he have the fallen sickness? That's what I'm asking.
No. I don't think so. I've just met him. I've just met the man.
All right.
Is there anybody else that we can see looking at this guy suspiciously or anything like that?
Yeah, they're seeing him, and they one of the tall drink of water, the bowman, walks up and like pulls open the guy's mouth and pulls his eyes up, and he says, "This looks like dog bark fever. It's definitely poison. We need to get him. We need to get him cooled off. And soon he'll die soon. Everyone stop drinking the ale. Everyone stop drinking the ale." And
Damn
people,
it.
people
Don't need this.
People toss their ale down, and the guy continues to shake. And
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do a perception check and see if I see anybody skulking out, anybody who doesn't seem to be reacting the way you would expect when a guy falls down and starts foaming at the mouth.
Oh yeah.
So that's a 24 perception
Oh yes.
roll, and then I actually get to roll a. I mean, you said I succeeded, but
Yeah, you're gonna succeed on this one. Yeah.
it's a 25 total with the guidance.
So you see that the one of the like certainly the old grizzled veteran that you were talking to is completely unfazed by this,
But he was pretty grizzled.
Yeah, sure. And you see that the one of the other men that was with him is now gone. So you sort of had seen that there were six or seven men there, and you now realize that one of the men is not there anymore.
Hey, Vinny, where'd your friend go?
Bah, listen, these are not my friends. These are all new recruits.
No, your friend, your veteran friend who went off, right? That's what we said, right? This is the guy who was with him.
Yeah, he looks around. He's like, all the men from my unit are here.
I'm gonna do an insight check. 14.
Yeah.
Do I think he's lying, or do I think
He's
he
lying
doesn't know?
to yeah, he's lying to you. He's 100%
Vinny,
lying
why
to
are you lying to me?
I'm not lying to you. I wouldn't lie to you. And the archer who's holding his see him holding his lip. You see him hold the guy's nose closed, and he's choking him out.
All right. Roll initiative. What do we do?
What are you're not going to charge him or anything? You're the one seeing this. Call him on it.
All right.
Do we all see this, or is this something that Abel sees?
You all see that. The guy is choking him out.
I'm gonna sort of, make a big demonstrative move at Vinny. Just sort of like I've got my spear. We're all geared up, and I was saying, Vinny, big arm movements. Vinny, what are you talking about? And then I turn around real quick and I stab the guy.
Stab which guy?
The guy who's choking out the poison guy.
Who's trying to kill the guy.
All right. I'm gonna let you attack him, and then we'll do initiative.
Okay. One hit. That is a 10.
So he's down. He's not looking at you. I'm gonna give you advantage on this. So you're gonna get to roll it again.
That's a 19.
So that's gonna hit him.
For 10 piercing damage.
Okay. So tell me where you were trying to pierce him.
Just right square between the shoulder blades.
All right. So you sink your spear into him, and he is now, we're going to count him as grappled and dying. And he immediately lets go of the guy's mouth. And he turns around, and Vinny reaches back to grab his giant bastard sword. And we're going to be in initiative, fellas.
That's a
We don't
4.
all get a surprise round. That's lame. All right.
Yeah.
Mine's a 9.
I got a 3.
Okay.
Oh.
That's a natural
Natty
1.
1.
That's all right. I like that spot.
All right.
I mean, maybe not.
All
if I'm still
right.
alive, I haven't done anything yet.
All right. So these guys, there's only the two of them. Nobody else is reacting to this at all. And so the two of them are going to share a 7. So that's still going to put them. It's going to be Ionis, and then the 2 veterans, and then Abel, then Filnyr.
Okay, so the guy reaches for his sword, trying to attack Abel.
It's stuck in the mud, though, right?
I mean, it's stuck in the mud. It's stuck in the mud. He's reaching back. He's turning around to reach for his sword.
Okay, he turns around to reach for his sword, and I Ray of Frost him.
Okay.
4.
All right. That's gonna hit.
All right. And his speed is also slowed.
All right. All right. So he is gonna. He's surprised by getting shot with a frostbolt. I'm gonna tell you. And he sort of turns around and goes, "Oh, guys, Jesus Christ, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like what?"
And I go, Hank! And just see if he reacts. Does he turn and look at me? Or
He
is he still
doesn't.
running for his sword? Oh, okay.
But one of the guys who are with the thing with the guy who's foaming at the mouth, they say, "That's Hank right there."
On the ground?
And they're pointing to the guy who's foaming at the mouth. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Abel?
Does he look real pale?
He is pale. He's very pale.
Does he
He's
have
pale.
a big bushy beard and curly hair?
He doesn't have bushy beard and curly hair. No, he does not. He does not have those things.
Is he pale because he's poisoned?
He's pale because he's poisoned. Yes, in fact, that's why he's pale.
Well, okay. We're in initiative, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the guy who you have impaled is trying to turn around. I need to do a strength check versus a strength check with you. He is trying to basically like flip around on you, which is
So he's still alive.
He's still alive, but he is going to try, and if he turns properly, you're going to lose hold of your spear.
$18.
All right. That's not going to do it. So you still hold on to it, and he is still sort of stuck on the end of your spear.
All right.
All right, Filnyr.
Oof.
Oh no, it's Abel's turn. Sorry.
All right.
Good, because I have no
I'll
idea
say-
where we go from here. Like, what a situation.
Beanpole! Why are you trying to kill this guy that we're trying to kill?
This is a traitor.
That's what I think. Why are you being so sneaky about it?
Well, you might be a traitor too, and you're with a Monteran right there. The Monterans are coming to rip this army apart.
Well,
Wait,
now,
hold
that
on
may
just
or
a
may not
minute.
be. Now, hold on.
I came here to run a store, all right? That's I have nothing to... I'm still very confused about what's going on with...
I will just say, as my action, I just pull my spear out of him.
All right. He sort of like stumbles back down to the ground. It's not pretty. You have ripped through him. Yeah, he's not doing so hot.
I'll patch you up. Sounds like we need to take a breath here. Wait a second. Is that guy still dying?
That guy is still foaming at the mouth. He's still foaming at the mouth.
Okay. I mean, if he's poisoned, like a healing word's not going to do any good, is it?
It's I don't know.
It'll be a delaying action.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna try to heal him. I ain't healing you yet, but I might. I give him back 7 hit points.
All right. He looks better. He looks better. He's not well, but better. And
Now, if this is a traitor, we want to question this man, not slip poison into his ale, and then murder him all sneaky like. What are you fellas thinking?
we're thinking we're trying to win this war.
You're murdering new recruits in the ale tent and expecting people not to get pissed off. What? You guys are maniacs.
Vinny just kind of looks at you. He takes a little pause and he just sort of like shrugs his shoulders. and
This is a goddamn army of maniacs.
it says, all right, well, I don't want to turn him over to Cloudsack. You got a place so we can close the door and question this man proper.
Why don't we wait? My store is right here next door. Let's go inside.
All right. So Vinay picks up the guy who's poisoned and he throws him on the chair. In your store, throws him on the table.
How's
of your
Beanpole doing?
store. Beanpole is not looking good. Beanpole is bleeding, maybe bleeding out. Several of the veterans who
Does anybody
who were
else
there,
here know how to heal? Is there a paladin here, perchance?
I'm-
Or another cleric? Or a druid, even?
I'm a paladin. One of the guys says.
Come with us.
says,
Come with us, then.
other
Help us,
veterans.
please.
Yeah. All right. So he comes in and he puts his hands on his buddy, the archer, and he heals him right up. And he's, God damn, you really sunk that thing deep.
Well, you were murdering a man right in front of me.
Well, let's get this over with so we can murder him up the proper way, whatever that is.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is let's murder him the proper way.
Dear Lord, what have I got myself into?
So, all right. So you get him in the tent into Schnobik's chagrin and Mr. Percy.
Zabars.
Sorry,
Get it
it's
right.
back to Zabars. And Mr. Percy is, oh goodness, sir. It took me all day to get this place cleaned up, and now he's bleeding and throwing up. And is that urine?
It's all right, Mr. Percy.
Or is that something coming out from the? Okay,
It's all
sir.
right. It's all
Okay,
right.
sir.
I will take care of it personally. We really need this. We really need this space so that we can question this man and heal up this other one.
Oh, all right, sir. I'll tell you, sir. Your mother sent I don't know, 10 or 15 healing potions through the chest.
That is fantastic.
Maybe that will help.
Yes, please,
sir.
please bring 2.
So he brings 2 different potions. One of them is red and one of them is green, and he has no idea what they do. and I brought you one of each, sir.
All right. And the red one, isn't the red one the greater?
Well,
I don't know, sir. They're the same size. As far as I can tell, sir.
Thank
one
you.
does not appear to be greater than the
Are
other.
these the only 2 varieties?
Well, there's a few more that they're smaller in the chest also, sir.
Same
I
colors.
bet you got an Arcana check in you.
Yeah, let me do the Arcana check.
Okay.
All right, that's a 21 total.
Okay. So the green one looks like if you drink it, it could turn your skin to bark.
Oh shit.
Which would be a very good thing in certain circumstances, but probably not this one. And the red one looks like it casts it's the same as a lesser restoration, so it's a restoration potion.
All right. So I hand the red one over to Abel and say, "This one I think should work on poison."
Was that somebody's kids?
Yeah, that's the dungeon dads right there. That's right there.
Tim is just looking silently, just nodding his head silently.
Yeah.
Dungeon dads.
Yeah, dungeon dads.
This is how we play our game.
Bathtub in the next room. And it's bath time. And here I'm singing again. What's going on?
so
What
lucky.
the heck is happening?
Yeah, that's right.
I love it. It's
That's how we
atmosphere.
roll.
All right, I feed him the lesser restoration potion.
All right, yeah, he starts to come right back, like almost immediately. It's very, very fast acting, and he coughs up, and it's not exactly vomit, but it's a very heavy saliva spit up that he does, and it lands all over the recently shelved scrolls that are
Damn it!
they're on the thing. It's just a big mess is what I'm saying. A little bit of blood is in there, and of course Mr. Percy is not happy about this. You see him sort of like cringe as this is going on.
I'm sorry, Mr. Percy. I'll make it right. I promise. Please just watch the merchandise, please.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Phil, you're the diplomatic one. Why don't you try talking to this fella?
Sir, what is your name?
My name is Jessup. Jessup Column.
So try that again.
My name is Doric Collin.
I mean, some of the fellas around here call me Jesse. Ooh, thank you. I feel much better. Let me just get. And he starts to get up and
I
tries
suggest
to get off
you
the
sit
table.
down. Stay seated for a while. You'll feel much better. Do tell us, why would somebody be interested in taking your life? We're here to help you. We're here to help figure out why on earth you suddenly appeared to be poisoned. So please help us. Why would somebody want to hurt you?
I just felt I felt something in my back, and then I don't know. I don't remember anything else really after that.
No, before that. Have you done anything to make yourself a target?
I don't think so. I signed up for this stupid army. I thought we were going to just be getting our 15 gold a season, and that it burns, man.
And how long have you been here?
A week, maybe 2 weeks.
And have you rubbed anybody the wrong way?
I mean, I'm not. Not. It was any rub. It's been consensual. Any rubbing. It's anything.
That is not what I meant.
I don't know, sir. What are you asking me about specifically?
I'm trying to figure out why somebody would poison you. And I think it would be in your best interest to tell us so that we can help you.
I guess it would just depend on who it was that poisoned me.
Yes, but we don't know that.
Some of these boys
Do
are...
you know that?
Well, let me tell you, some of the boys are having second thoughts about joining this army, and I convinced half my little village to come in here and join up, and I think they might be pissed off at me about that.
All right. I'm gonna try something.
Okay.
I'm gonna muster up as much of the word of God as I can. This hasn't worked out well for me in the past. I'm gonna cast command.
Ooh.
And I'm just gonna say, confess.
All right. What is the saving throw for this?
It's a DC 13 Wisdom save.
Okay. So I'm telling you, he doesn't have a bonus to his Wisdom save at all. So it's a straight D20 here. All right. I did it. I did everything. I did it. It was me.
What was you?
100%. Everything. I convinced them all to sign up. I was trying to find a way to get out. I did it. I poisoned myself.
You poisoned yourself?
Yes. Why am I telling you this? Yes, I poisoned myself. This is very uncomfortable. I poisoned myself because I didn't want to call attention to myself, and I wanted people to think that if I was poisoned, I certainly I wouldn't have been guilty of anything else, and they'd let me go if I was poisoned and I was sick. They'd let me go home.
So I turned to Vinny. So you didn't poison this guy?
No, I didn't poison this guy.
And the beanpole, you didn't poison this guy. He poisoned his dang self.
Well, I didn't see him poison him, but I certainly was following him, and I certainly saw him. I saw him cutting a hole in the outer fence.
So you guys are just showing a little, what they call that, some initiative. You were just being overachievers there, huh?
I don't trust these men. 20 of us would be better than 300 of men like that.
Well, I mean, guys that poison themselves, you could say an infinite number.
Yes, that.
I mean, 20 men could take on a whole lot of guys who just poison themselves.
Well, but we're missing the point. It wasn't the ale. Yes? Right?
Right.
Did everyone hear that? It wasn't the ale.
I'll pop my head
though
out.
we have definitively established that.
Jessup, as he calls himself, he poisoned himself. The ale's fine. Drink. You're fine. Pop my head back in.
Thank you, Filnyr. Thank you.
You hear a small cheer come from the men who are outside, and the drinking continues.
Well, now that you've started, and my spell has probably worn off, but you might as well continue the story. Who done hired you, etc., etc.
Well, how far back do you want me to go?
Where does it start?
Oh. I was
from a
born a poor black child in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Now I'm very proud.
I was from a small village near Lakeshire, and I was paid to convince as many people as I could to join this army. Many of them were already sick when they arrived. I brought as many cripples and bedwetters and farm hands that were no good at farming. I was paid 2 gold a head. It's true, sir. It's true.
Paid by who?
He was a halfling from Lakeshire. He told me that there was more where that came from if I could recruit even more piss poor soldiers, is what he told me. He said he wanted to break the Hark army by having them enlist as many terrible men as possible.
Well, I don't have high hopes for this question, but did this fella have a name?
He did, sir.
What was his name?
And I bet you can guess what my next question is going to be.
His name was Disa. Disa Flatfoot.
Do I recognize that name, having been in Lakeshire for quite some time?
You do. Yeah. So Disa is owns the blacksmith shop, and he supplies spearheads and arrowheads to the Breen, and he's a bit of a gentleman in Lakeshire. He's a sort of a noble. Yeah.
Why don't we skip to the part where you convince men to desert and then lure them into ambushes?
No. I felt so terrible about convincing so many men to join up, who will be just cut down. They'll be cut down, and so I've been trying to get the men who I knew would be cut down to give up the 15 gold and just head back. And I've even been giving them the money that I was paid to bring them to the army. And there's still 30 men left in this army who have no reason to be here. And I was trying to convince them, and then several of them left, and I had nothing to do with the cavalry. I honest to God, I had nothing to do with the cavalry. And there's a very creepy man who I think suspects me, and he was pilfering around my belongings in my tent, and I'm terrified of him, and I wanted to get out of here, and I didn't know a good way, especially after they killed the deserter.
Was his name Willem Searchlight?
Yes. Despo Goodshower's man. Yes. He was the one. He was the one.
Boy, you say creepy, and everybody in this fort knows who you're talking about. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
He's very much onto me. He's very much onto me, and there's nothing to be onto. Honest, I've told you everything. I've told you 100% of everything, and please, they will execute me, and I've done nothing but perform my duties as a soldier. I just don't want the young men of my village to be killed off and for nothing.
I turn to look at Vinny. What do you think?
Well, I mean, it could be hanging, or it could be we could shoot arrows into him. We could I don't know. I just want something maybe fast. Something fast.
All right, this particular man is really pissing me off and disgusting me. I'm going to take care of this myself. So why don't you boys go and continue drinking some of my ale, and we will take care of this for you.
Well, are you sure you want? Okay, are you sure you want to do that, Jonas?
That I am absolutely certain that is what I want to do.
And so you want are you asking Abel and Filnyr to leave too, or just the?
No. I need Abel and Filnyr with me, but I need the brutes gone.
All right. Okay, fellas. How about I let you sit in Master's velveteen chairs, and I'll get you some of this now clearly healthy Monterran ale. And drink on the house, sir, Lord. Is that okay?
That is all right. Yes, on the house. These fine gentlemen have proven their worth.
You drink on the house just for the evening, and they're like, all right, but you got to kill that guy.
Yeah, no problem. He will be thoroughly killed.
Quite so thoroughly.
They leave. They do leave.
Okay,
they're gone.
All right.
Did Mr. Percy go with him?
Yeah, Mr. Percy took him.
I just wanted to congratulate Mr. Percy on what a subtle bastard he is.
That is my man. He is the best. All right. You sit here. I'm going to talk to my friends for just a moment.
Okay. I really appreciate it, sir. This has been a damn nightmare. Worst experience of my life.
I understand. All right. Listen, I may have a way to get this man out of here.
Are we sure we want him?
If you're willing to back me up.
Out of here. I mean, I'm assuming we don't want to be putting ourselves in danger from the top down, but he has not done a good thing for this army.
He hasn't done a good thing, but he seems to be more of a victim. I don't think he should die for this.
Well, he did go around convincing fellas to desert, and now maybe them fellas shouldn't have signed up in the first place, but it's not like he conscripted them. It's not like he shanghaied them.
They are stealing resources from the army by doing that.
I think we also need to focus on surviving.
Yes, that's why I don't think we should put ourselves under any sort of spotlight.
We're gonna need as many men as those fellas being let off to be killed. That's not helping. That's not doing us any favors either.
And who is leading them off again?
And he said he's convincing these guys to desert like it was just no thing. Like he didn't know that he might get caught and then murdered. And then he poisoned himself. Yeah.
He seems like kind of a nincompoop, don't you think?
Yeah.
It's just a bit.
Something still doesn't seem right about this to me.
No, it doesn't quite add up. What is your plan, Jonas?
Well, I have... I know it's not... I know that this is trouble for us, but I have some portals in this store that can send people and goods and things to other places, even to Monterre, and we could find a way to smuggle this man out. I'm just at a loss. I don't want to have to kill this person if he's just... His only crime is that he is very much an idiot.
Well, if Monterre has switched sides...
I've seen people killed for a lot less.
That's why I wanted you to...
No, I agree with you. I'm not anxious to see anybody else die either. And if you got a way to put him beyond reach...
But does he help the other side if Monterre has in fact switched? It would not be wise to send him through a portal that might have two directions. If he becomes aware of it and then helps the other side, then that portal would become a liability on our end.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk a little more about this portal business.
Hey, did you guys say there's a portal?
No, that's not what we said. Sit over there and shut up.
A port.
He starts to sit
the
up.
wine. We're talking about wine. We're going to...
What are you talking about, portal? I don't even know what a portal is. What are you talking about?
Never mind.
All right, you got 6 seconds. You see that he stands up and he reaches behind, and he's pulling something out from his belt.
God damn it, Hank! Are you gonna try to poison yourself again?
All right, can I get to him in 6 seconds and shock and grasp him?
3.
Shock and grasp.
I cast Fiendish Vigor on my false life on myself.
Okay. All right.
I stand there with the
that's
dumb
a 9
look on my face.
Okay. All right. You miss him with this shock and grasp, and you're gonna get the false life. What do you get from false life? This is a cool new
I just get extra. I just get a temporary hit points.
Okay. How many do you get?
So I rolled a 3, so I get 3 plus the what is it? 3 plus 4,
nice.
so I get
Okay.
7.
All right.
I'm just buffing myself in case.
And so we're going to be in initiative here. Let me all right.
That's an 8.
Oh, man. Keep jumping up.
No, I'm last again. Wonderful.
10.
I got a 6.
All right.
Oh.
All right. So he's going to go first. And then we're going to have let's see here. We're going to have Ionis then, and then Filnyr's going to go last again. And Abel, and then Filnyr. Okay. So he produces a dagger from his belt, and in his right hand and one in his left hand, and he throws it right at Ionis.
Shit.
And that's gonna hit. That's a 20. It's gonna hit,
Yeah.
and he's gonna do 5 damage to you.
Yeah. And
Hank, you son of a bitch.
that's fucking terrible.
We were talking about how to save your goddamn life. Now we got to kill you.
All right.
All right, my turn.
And it's Jonas.
You might talk men into deserting and live. You throw a dagger at a fella, you gots to go.
All right. This might be. This may not work, but I'm gonna sleep this guy.
Okay.
That's 24.
Nope.
Whoa.
No, come
He's
on.
not
Are you
he's not
kidding me?
asleep.
Are you kidding me?
He has more than 24 hit points. and
Jesus.
and I'm gonna assume that you did it so that it only was gonna target him. And not your two
just him.
Not your two comrades.
Not my companions.
But I tell you what,
At him only.
You did it so that it was like a circle, that he was just at the edge of the circle, and you do hear 3 people fall down outside of your store.
I love it.
I love it.
It's not the beer, I promise.
I swear it's not the ale. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right.
Look at those men. They're having a good time. Somebody get this dagger out of my back.
All right. Sam, it's you. Abel.
All right, I'm going to close with him and little one-handed spear. It's 24.
Nice.
Oh, that's definitely a hit.
That's 10 damage.
Wow. You do a lot of damage with that spear, man.
I do when I roll a 6 on the damage. And I'm going to use my War Priest ability to take an attack with my bonus action.
Oof.
13?
That's not going to hit.
Dang. Okay.
All right. Tim.
All right.
Filnyr's turn.
I'm going to use a bonus action to cast Hexblade's Curse on this guy. So that means if I roll a 19 or a 20, it's a crit. And I also get an additional +2 if I hit him. And then I'm going to stab at him with my spear, which is 13. Not going to hit.
That's not going to hit. Yeah. Okay. All right. So he is he's sort of worked up now, and he's like, tell me where the portal is. Tell me where the portal is. You tell me where the portal is now, or I won't kill you boys. I'm assuming you don't tell him where the portal
Hank,
is.
I feel like you've been misleading us about your motives.
Yeah. That's true. and he attacks you with his drawn dagger. So Hank is quite a fighter. He gets 2 attacks, but he doesn't have a good weapon here, so he's just got his other dagger here. So he's attacking with the first one. Is a 10 hit?
Nope.
And he's got a second attack here. Is a 20 hit.
It does.
All right, and you're going to take 4 piercing damage.
And I've got great news for everyone. I'm still alive.
Woo!
Still up. All right, Jonas,
I have now
it's you.
successfully absorbed 1 hit from an enemy.
It's a first. I
okay.
love it.
If I do mage armor, that's my action. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna.
He's not attacking you
move
anymore.
Away from him, and no, I'm not gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna move away from him and then do magic missile.
Well, now wait a second. I'm on the geography here because I don't want you to get an opportunity attack. Did he have to like move away from
So the
Jonas to
shocking
attack
grasp.
me?
Shocking grasp is a touch spell, right?
Yeah.
So he ran
So-
over and tried to shock and grasp.
Yeah. So he.
But then he went and attacked Abel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he moved toward you. You're more than 5 feet away from him. You're not going to get an opportunity attack.
But he should have had an
moving away.
opportunity attack.
That's what I was gonna say.
I should have had the opportunity when he attacked Abel.
Yeah.
Can I opportunity that real quick and then?
Yeah. You want to do a reverse? That was my screw up. Yeah. You can punch at him, or you can pull a weapon out.
So he ran away from me, and I tried to dagger him.
So okay. So I will allow it this time for you to pull your dagger out and opportunity attack him. But we should all be saying we pull out our weapons if we're attacking. If we're attacking. But a 17 is going to hit for sure.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And what's the damage?
And that would be 6 piercing.
Wow, that's really good. That's really surprising. Like the wizard has a lot of hit points and he does a lot of damage. This is really weird.
He's got some dexterity.
Yeah,
that's odd.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so then can I do? Now it's my turn. Can I do the magic missile?
Yeah, go ahead.
Magic missile.
Okay.
Yeah,
you're just a blaster through and through.
Yeah, he's just nothing but blasting.
All right, so 5 and a 2 and a 3.
Oof,
10 total.
I just like this is a lot of damage this guy took. He's still alive. He's still alive. He's still up, but he does not look.
Well, we've now done exactly 25 damage, right? Which was 26, which was 2 more than the sleep spell that failed. So
yeah, damn it! I really thought I had him on that sleep spell, guys. I apologize.
It's too bad.
That's all good. 5d8's pretty solid, you know.
Yeah. It's too bad now we're not sleeping him. That's all I want to say. All right, Abel.
All right, I'm attacking again. 18.
Yep, that's a hit.
10 again.
Dang.
That's 3 6s in a row on damage.
Dang. He's still alive.
All right, I'm going War Priest again. And 17 hit.
Oof. Oh, that hits. What's gonna happen here?
6 piercing.
Guess what, guys? He's still alive.
Oh,
he's still alive. I mean, barely. He's barely still alive. You 3. There's a lot of attack economy going on here. I'm sure I can kill one of you.
all right, my turn then.
All right, Filnyr.
No offense, fellas.
Paraso got to say about all this.
I can go hard for a couple of rounds, but I'm going to need to sit down
9.
after this.
That's not going to do it.
That's not going to hit.
No.
Arg.
All right. And okay, it's him. So, a smart person would just give up now, but he just feels like he can take out this cleric, and then once he takes out this cleric, he's pretty positive he can take out the rest of these guys.
And he may be right.
And he may well be right. So he attacks the cleric. It's a 16 hit.
16 does not.
Woo! Your armor class is crazy good.
Yeah.
How about a 22?
A 22 will. Yeah.
How about 7 damage?
Guys, got great news. I'm still alive.
Oh, yes, yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see if you can finish him off.
All right. So first I yell, Filnyr, jump in front of Abel.
I'm fine.
and then I try sleep again.
Really? Is this your last? Is your last spell, huh?
No.
No, gosh. Well,
Shocking
he's
grasp
asleep.
cantrip. Yeah.
He's 100% asleep now.
All right. Awesome.
Good.
Oh, good. Maybe now I can hit him.
All right. Now somebody killed this motherfucker.
I think we should tie him up and take him to Waverly. Clearly, our skills at interrogation leave something to be desired, and there's more to be gotten from this fella.
Do you guys want to search him first? This is just a quick
No,
little...
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I am definitely searching this guy.
I say we just tie him up. Don't search him. It's we don't have a warrant.
Let's take the daggers out of his hands.
Yeah,
Let's take his weapons away.
Yeah, okay.
And then let's see what he's got on him.
Okay, so inside his he's got a little coat that has several
little coat.
A little coat. Looks like a little waistcoat that goes around his studded leather armor, and you see that he has lots of little pockets. And in each little pocket, he's got a vial of something in it. You're assuming it's the dog bark fever poison that the archer sort of said that's what he was being affected by. He's also got several pieces of parchment written in a language which I don't believe any of you speak or read. And you also see that he has a very beautiful set of beads that Ionis, you recognize immediately.
Grab them. We have
are
very limited time before he wakes up.
Yeah. I'll just, I mean, this is all happening quickly, but Ionis sees this immediately and recognizes that these are the priest beads that your family's priest used for prayer beads that was in the abbey that was connected to your family estate.
Damn.
And you immediately know that this means that either the priest is dead or your father is dead.
Shit.
Because the thing with the silver winds is that when a new silver wind ascends to the head of the household, they dismiss and retire the old priest, and they pick a new priest to be their family's priest, basically the sort of the guiding spiritual leader for the silver winds. And so this is from the priest Bonrus, which was your family's priest.
Oh god. All right, I take those.
Alas,
and,
poor
just start
Bonrus.
staring at them blankly.
I knew him
What's
well.
that? Yeah.
I take those and I start.
How much time left do we have before this sleep wears off? How long did that take? Sleep is
It lasts a minute, right?
Yeah, it's a minute, I think.
Yeah, you had say 20 seconds left.
Okay, so we're just resuming
Use
order.
a quick pat down.
Okay.
Well, I'd say let's make sure we get him tied up.
Yep.
We can tie him up in
Suitably
20 seconds.
restrained.
I just poke him with a spear. This guy tried to kill us. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, clearly he had it together enough that, that command spell only lasts for a round. It was like 6 seconds.
Right.
And so that made him, I figured it out now. He had to tell the truth about poisoning himself, but then was quick enough to come up with other lies to cover it, clearly, afterwards, right?
Very smart, Abel.
So, so we need... and we fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, I don't think we have time to tie him up. So I'm just gonna.
Well,
Okay, so I grabbed the pearls and I slit his throat.
oh no, Jonas, come on.
All right. I mean, you roll for it. Roll for it with advantage. He only has 3 hit points left. Yep. You got him.
14.
You got him. Roll the damage.
Yep.
Yep. He's out.
5.
He's out.
All right.
Now I gotta
He's
use
dead.
my last spell slot and a healing word to bring him back.
Mr. Percy is not going to enjoy this mess.
Oh boy.
Yeah. He got a. When you slit his throat, you did hit the artery that's there, and it's real. It's a spurter. Also, like I mean, it looks like the blood was actually spring loaded in there, and it shoots. You get some on the ceiling. It's really disgusting. I mean, it's awful. It's truly awful.
I need to learn a new cantrip.
Well, I guess we won't
I'm
be
sorry,
learning
I just got
anything
caught
from
up.
him now.
I apologize. I got caught up in emotion. These beads are from my household. Either our priest is dead or my father is dead.
Oh my.
That's the only way that this person would have these beads.
Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. Were you... I would hope it's not your father, but were you also close to the priest?
I mean, I'd fallen out of favor, but I was raised with these people, and I don't respond well to people who
I mean,
come after my
it's
family.
still a pretty big jump to think that this guy killed him, although he did try to kill us, so that doesn't speak too well of his...
At this point, I've lost whatever respect I had for the man.
I say, it's just not done.
It's just not done.
Not very
I
nice
tried to
at
save
all.
his life and he attacked. It's over. The glove has been thrown down.
You hear a knock at the door, and you hear Mr. Percy outside saying, "I'm sorry, you can't go in there. My master's interrogating the prisoner now." And
Wait, untie him.
and you hear
Untie him fast. We untie him.
Yeah, you hear. So Vinny opens the door and goes, "I guess a beating followed by a throat slitting. Maybe that's nicer than what Cloudsack would have done. I don't know. What'd you fellas find out?"
I just put my head in my hand.
Well, he poisoned himself.
We found out.
Whatever else he told us, it may not be truthful, so we will have to find another way to corroborate it.
Well, I gotta tell you, there's a lot of men out here who want to leave this fort. I want to abandon this army, and I don't think it's going to look too good if we parade out a body of somebody who was just got sick with poison and he's had his throat slit. How you want to handle this? You want me to bring Cloudsack to you?
Yes, I think that would be best.
All right. And as he leaves and the door closes behind him, you hear several men sort of murmuring. That sounds like there was a real tussle in the new Zabar's general merchandise store. And Mr. Percy refills a keg out back, and you're left holding this parchment that has writing on it that you don't recognize, and these beads that are from your family's priest, and you really feel like the shit is hitting the fan now, and you hear horns blow at the gate, and you hear someone say, "The consul from Monterre has arrived. The consul from Monterre has arrived."
Jonas, you might want to read that letter now.
Yeah, do I have it?
Yeah, the one from Schnobik.
From Snowbeck, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you open it up. It's very short. It just says, "Reinhold killed father, mother imprisoned. Trust no one."
I take the necklace, I put it on,
All right.
and I look at my two new friends and I say, "Gentlemen, we are now in a lot of trouble."
Yes, you may have to rebrand your store after all this.
All right. Well, guys, that's the episode. You found the spy, maybe.
It'd be funny if just every episode we had to come up with a new name for the store because something awful happened into it.
Yeah. Hank's Last Stand.
Now under new management.
Yeah, no, good work. So I will tell you that you cannot attune yourself to this necklace, John.
I cannot.
You cannot. This is only a cleric, a paladin, or a druid.
Bollocks.
Well, I don't know. You happen to have.
I mean, it's cool. It's cool.
You happen to
It's
have a
cool.
clerik in the house. I have shared.
I was gonna help the cleric.
I have shared it with you guys, and I will read it to the audience before we go. It's a very, very special set of prayer beads. This necklace binds a priest to the service of a Silverwind noble once attuned. The attunement is restricted to a paladin, a cleric, or a druid. It is.
Let me stop you right
agnostic.
there. Nope.
Yeah. Just wait. It is deity agnostic, and during the attunement process, the priest is brought closer to his personal deity. It has 5 magic beads
Also,
made from black pearls. made from black pearls. It also has many non-magical beads made from dark green jade. And if a magic bead is ever removed from the necklace, that bead loses all its magic. To use one, you must be wearing the necklace, and each bead contains a spell that you can cast as a bonus action. You use your spell DC if a save is necessary. And once a bead spell is cast, the bead can't be used again until the next dawn. This necklace contains 1 casting of a bless, so the bless spell. It has 2 castings of curing, which is either cure wounds at 2nd level or lesser restoration. It has 1 casting of smiting, which is you get branding smite as a spell you can use once a day, and you can use it as a summons to summon a planar ally, which would be an ally brought to you by your god, and there is always a price, always a super heavy price to pay to get the ally to do your bidding.
I think maybe Mr. Percy wants to find religion.
Wow.
You
You
not
really
have to
don't
use
like
it.
Tempest,
You
do
don't
you?
have to use it. It's yeah. He hates
No,
Tempest.
seriously,
Yeah.
because that's some awesome stuff there.
Yeah, just you lost me at the first sentence. The necklace binds a priest to the service of a Silverwind noble once attuned.
Well,
Come on, you're gonna be serving me, and I mean, come on. It's gonna happen anyway.
all right, fellas. Well, I'm looking forward to next week. You have not reached another level. You haven't taken it to another level yet, but I think maybe next week, maybe.
Maybe next week.
But you've got some intrigue to deal with, and you have a disintegrating army, and
I think the thing that we've learned is that the intrigue. We may have to up our game when it comes to intrigue and actually treat these people like they might actually be trying to hide something.
Yeah,
Exactly. I'm going to usher this person out. I believe him.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't send him to the chest. So, all right, guys. Well, I'll see you next week. This is the Dungeon Dads, and we're signing off. See you guys next week.
Signing off. See you next
All
week,
right.
everybody.
Later on.